Every passing second that we keep Ten Hag employed at the club is another second that we get closer to relegation. This guy might single-handedly, no, I don't even want to say single-handedly because it also falls on the players, but these guys are dragging us towards the bottom of the barrel. So when I last talked about United, we were coming off essentially losing our last 2 games in pretty embarrassing fashion, that Liverpool game specifically where we got dogged out. So what has United done since then? Well, they've just pretty much done nothing. They had 2 stat pad sessions against Barnsley and against Southampton where we scored a ton of goals, we played well, but what a shocker, look who our opponents were. Of course we were expected to play well, and of course we did. The second this guy Ten Hag had to go up against a competent team, the wheels fell off the bus. I was gonna wait to make this video until the end of September once we kind of had a recollection of everything. This guy might not even be around to that point. Honestly, the entire start of the season has just been pretty much abysmal. I mean, for crying out loud, we're sitting in 12th place at the moment. 12th place. You know what? I just double checked. United's actually 13th. We're not even 12th. And on top of that, we have a -3 goal difference. This is just shocking at this point. It's Ten Hag's 3rd season in charge. We're 6 games into the season and we're in 12th place. Ask yourself why that is. Yes, a lot of these players probably aren't good enough and need to start performing better, such as the likes of Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. These are the players who are supposed to be stepping up, and they're having abysmal seasons to this point in time. Licha Martinez hasn't really looked on top of things this year. Luke Shaw still out with injury. Dalot's been pretty good, but this last game he had was an absolute stinker. A lot of these guys need to step up. Yes, it's not all Ten Hag, but when you have 3 specific instances where players are just running through the middle of your team and are able to find easy goals, that is a tactical problem, my boy. I made a video earlier this year that said this is Ten Hag's last chance. My brother, this Porto game might be his last chance to save his job. The crazy thing too is that Ten Hag loves to find excuse after excuse after excuse to try and cope with the results. Maybe he'll say that the players aren't good enough and XYZ, blah blah blah. But bro, you tactically are just inept. This is the worst style of play. So if any of you really watched United last season, you know what we were crying out for was a midfielder who could pick up the ball and actually dictate the tempo of the game. A lot of times we were running with Casemiro and someone else, and usually we have players that just like to get the ball and move it along really quickly. We need a player like Rodri, maybe even like a Gundogan, a Frankie de Jong, someone who's able to pick up the ball, move it forward, and also do more with it. So who did we sign this summer in our midfield? Ugarte, a player who's just a destroyer, a younger, probably worse version of Casemiro. On top of that, at this point, Ten Hag, you also have a squad that's made up primarily of players that you signed or you brought into the team. So there's no more excuses when it comes to this isn't the squad that you wanted or anything like that. Bro, you have what you wanted. You had the ingredients you asked for. Now cook, bro. It's time for you to cook something up. And I'm saying all this like if I'm asking him to rescue it, there's no rescuing this. It's over. Ten Hag, you're done, bro. There's nothing you can do to save this season. Even if you beat Porto this upcoming week, there's no way you're beating Villa. Or even if you do, great. Maybe you saved yourself for another couple weeks. But my boy, this season is done for. Even if he does end up staying, that's probably worse for United fans. He seems so confident that he's gonna be staying. But honestly, our next 3 games, I don't see us winning them. I say us like I'm part of the team. I don't see United winning these games, bro. Even Brentford. You can see Wisa getting a goal against us and it's over. GG's. We lose 2-1 or something like that. It's over. Ten Hag, I'm sorry, but it's time for you to go, bro. Realistically, we're probably one of the worst teams in the league. In our last 15 Premier League games, I'm talking about 15 games spanning back from last season to now. Of Everton, right? Everton is a team that is pretty bad. They almost got relegated. Lackluster squad. All these problems going on at the club. In the last 15 Premier League games, Everton have accumulated 21 points. Manchester United, 19. No biggie there, boys. You know, we're just worse than one of the already worst teams in the league. On top of that, I mean, hey, we just lost 2 home games in a row. Both of them 3-0, so definitely no problems there, right? Ten Hag, you're a tactical genius. You got this. And hey, you know what? We've also scored a lot less goals than anyone else at home. But hey, no problem there, right, Ten Hag? Also, look at our European record. What the hell is going on, bro? This guy couldn't win a European game even if the other team didn't show up. At this point, I don't know if there's any chance for us in Europe, at least if we have this guy. That Ajax run from 2019, whatever year it was, Fugazi, that was nothing, bro. This guy is a fraud. Think about how much this guy has spent, bro. Obviously, it's the club too. It's the club that's partly doing it. This guy has spent so much money, bro. He has a squad that he wants and he needs, and he is still not able to do anything. Or what he is trying to do isn't good enough. It's just I can't wrap my head around it. And then you have all these United weirdos who, for whatever reason, think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was this misunderstood genius. My boy, he was no better. Our last couple of managers have been no better. Ole had 1 good season, 1.5 maybe. The only manager who, if we would have stuck with and actually backed it, probably would have actually brought us back was Jose Mourinho. But even he had his problems and the board wasn't backing him, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. Regardless, the past is the past. We can't change that. Now we're here where we have Ten Hag and he has to go. He can't stay here. I don't care where he goes. He can go to Southampton. He can go back back to Ajax, he can go over to freaking Fenerbahce. I don't care. He just has to go. And of course, like I said at the beginning, it's not all Ten Hag. These players need to do better. Xerxes, my brother, 9.5 striker. Yes, you're good at moving the ball around, but you have to score. Luke Shaw has been injured for freaking 2,000 years now, and he's never coming back. Every time we need him, he's gone. So what's the point of having him around? Rashford, like I said, Bruno, like I said, all these guys, Mason Mount, what are you even doing at the club, bro? Thank you for collecting your paycheck, but you gotta go. There's so many players who are just not performing well, who haven't been performing well for the last 5-6 years, and they're still here. Why are they still here? And don't even get me started on freaking Anthony, bro. We're cooked. We're cooked. At this point, there's nothing we can do. The best that we can hope for is this guy gets sacked. We bring in freaking Ruud van Nistelrooy as a temporary manager. We give it to the winter, maybe. Hopefully bring in a competent replacement, maybe Inzaghi. Who knows? I don't know every single manager that's available in the market right now, but really anything outside of Ten Hag is gonna be a lot better. This guy also, Ten Hag, he loves to complain. This guy, Ten Hag, bro. Postecoglou. This guy's been at Spurs for just about 2 years now. He's barely going into his second year on the job. He's already got his squad playing how he wants him to. Look at the guy who's managing Crystal Palace. Same thing there. The guy who's managing Brighton. Same thing there. Arne Slot. He's been at the job for like 6 months or less, and he already has Liverpool playing the way he wants to. And he didn't even sign anybody. All of these other managers that are coming into the league are able to get their players playing the way that they want them to. And here we have Ten Hag on his 3rd season, who still doesn't have a style of play. And when he does try and find a style of play, it's one that's just dumb. It's just dumb. Every now and then we'll play a decent game, like we played against Spurs last year, or the first half against Crystal Palace, and he just bamboozles everyone. But he's just a fraud. He's a con man. He is a scammer. Call it what you want, but he's not supposed to be at this job anymore. He got lucky with that damn FA Cup victory. Yes, great moment for the club. Mainu got his goal, all that good stuff. But that really saved his job, and he knows that. I'm seeing reports that it's going to cost the club 17.2 million to get rid of Ten Hag. How much can I donate? How much do you need from me, United? Because get rid of him at this point. All I'm gonna say, bro, is if Ten Hag's still at the club, next time I record a video, I might not have any hair at that point, or it might be all gray, because this is ridiculous, bro. I'm pleading with United. I'm just a small voice in this grand community of creators that we have. Please sack the guy, please. Please, just bring in someone new. Maybe it'll get the players playing well. We can rescue the season. We have new owners, so maybe they'll back the new manager. And we can just hope for the best. But unless Ten Hag is a miracle worker, he just becomes Pep Guardiola out of nowhere, we're cooked.